A very special, a little different press conference, but a very special press conference nonetheless. My name's Kevin McKinnon. I am the host at Challenge Daytona. I do a lot of the race announcing there, and am very excited to be here with you today to talk about an exciting announcement that is being brought to you from Challenge North America, USA Triathlon, and the Professional Triathletes Organization, who will all be partnering at the iconic Challenge Daytona race in December. And we will be offering an event, the PTO Middle Distance World Championship, which will have a prize purse of, you got it, $1 million. So a very exciting announcement. Stop being so excited there, Sebastian. We have a number of some of the world's top triathletes, a number of folks from all of the different organizations who we'll be hearing from today. So on our call right now, we've got Bill Christie from Challenge North America, Zibby Zluchik, who is from Challenge Family and the Professional Triathletes Organization. We've got Jord Flam, who is from Challenge Family, Sam Renouf, from the Professional Triathletes Organization, Chuck Menke from USA Triathlon, and Ben Kennedy, who is here on behalf of Daytona International Speedway and NASCAR. In terms of athletes, it is wonderful to get to introduce some of the top athletes in the world and to get to talk about them not being on esports events, but actually talking about a triathlon event that we're looking forward to. We've got Lionel Sanders, the defending men's champion from Challenge Daytona, who, speaking of esports, has been ripping up that world of late, but I am really hoping that we'll have a chance to watch him rip up the triathlon world that we're used to seeing very soon. Meredith Kessler is also here. She was third at Challenge Daytona in 2018, fourth at last year's race, an 11-time full distance champion. Sebastian Kienle, the 2014 Ironman world champion, a 2-time 70.3 world champion. Heather Jackson, a 5-time Ironman champion who has 4 top 5 Kona finishes. Andrew Starkowitz, who was second at the 2018 Challenge Daytona event and fourth at the 2019 Challenge Daytona race, and the fastest man ever for the full distance bike split. And Tim O'Donnell, a co-president of the PTO and last year's runner-up at the Ironman World Championship. So I am going to get things started. We've already sort of talked about that we're here for this amazing event, Challenge Daytona, $1 million prize purse. Sam, I'd like to start with you and maybe find out why the PTO is excited to be partnering with Challenge North America on this event.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, very excited to be here. Because we all know the impact of COVID-19 has been unprecedented on not just the global economy, but the triathlon racing economy. Races have been canceled throughout the year, and in some cases, even we're seeing races rescheduled without professional prize purses. So we at the PTO wanted to step in and support the triathlon community by providing a racing opportunity for professionals, but also for the broader age group community who are all desperate to get back racing. And look, in partnering with Challenge North America and expanding their already iconic Challenge Daytona event, we couldn't have found a better partner for a sport in these difficult times. Whether it's the facilities, the infrastructure, we're truly going to see a world-class event and create an opportunity with the $1 million prize purse for a global showcase of the sport. We're hugely excited.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sam. We'll keep on the excitement. I don't think this man has stopped grinning over the last few days as we've been gearing up for this press conference. Bill, why is Challenge North America excited about this race, and what is going to be unique about Challenge Daytona?
I think there's 2 components to that, Kevin. First and foremost, yeah, I have been smiling a couple of days, so that's very, very true, as you all know. But if you think about having 100 of the world's top triathletes racing at Challenge Daytona. And we gave you a little bit of a view of the bowl itself. We refer to the track as a bowl, and Ben's going to talk more about it. But you can see behind me, you've got Lake Lloyd, which is significant in size. Right behind that, we talked about Victory Circle, where the actual awards take place, and right in front of that is the finish line. So the venue is so conducive to having all of the 3 events captured in one area where you as a spectator can see it all. You walk right there, you can touch the athletes, you feel the athletes. Each of the families can inject and be involved in what's going on every moment of the race. So we're so pleased to be a part of this with PTO and USAT. Great partners, thank you guys all. Yeah, we're excited about it being here and being able to have NASCAR Productions put on one hell of a show for us.
Ben, I'll move over to you. You have a totally unique perspective to all of this. You're not only a driver who has driven around Daytona International Speedway. I was in a car with you where we were driving at 140 miles an hour, and you were complaining the whole time because the car had a limiter. You're used to ripping around that track at some pretty high speeds, but you're also a triathlete. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes Daytona International Speedway so special, and also just about the 2 sports, how we're combining the 2 here?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun in the pace car there. Hope I didn't hear you too much, but I think first off, thank you guys for having me today, and certainly hope everyone is staying safe and well with everything going on in the world. But certainly a very special day in the triathlon community, and a very special place too, and certainly need to be a very small part of this. And you talked about it a little bit, but you think about the history here at Daytona, and really the foundations of motorsports is here. And all the races that we have throughout the year, from the Rolex 24-hour race to super bikes to supercross. We even have dirt racing outside of turn 1 here, all the way to triathlons in December as well. So it's neat that it's not only the home of motorsports, but the home of racing in general. And certainly couldn't think of a better place to do it. And Bill alluded to it a little bit. You've got the lake and Lake Lloyd on the back stretch there, a great bike course, a great run course, and actually get to run on the track that some of our best stars in our sport of NASCAR get to compete at and cross the finish line. So certainly looking forward to being back down here again in December. Personally, on the triathlon front, I'm looking forward to competing as well. I did the run portion last year, so I did the half marathon. I'm going to probably jump in and do the whole triathlon this year. It's been a while since I've done any, but I'm looking forward to getting back to it and this announcement today. So thank you guys for having me.
That is great. Thanks so much, Ben. And just remember, unfortunately, you do have to ride a bike. There's no jumping into a pace car for the bike portion. Okay. Well, I know that trying to take on Lionel and Starkey is not easy, but no using the car on that front.
I've got nothing for you guys on the bike. I'll take you guys on in a car though.
Chuck, I'll turn to you if I may and ask, what does this race mean for the USA Triathlon as the sanctioning body for not only the sport for the event, but the sport in the U.S.?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kevin. As the national governing body for the sport, we support all of our sanctioned races, but we were really excited when Challenge North America and the Professional Triathletes Organization reached out to us. This is obviously a unique race, and I think it's fair to say the iconic race formats and the prize purse not only differentiated from any other race in this country, but also in the world. We think it's especially important during this time to stand behind any event that is supporting both pro and amateur athletes the way that this event is, and really supporting the triathlon community as a whole. So we're really excited to be a part of it.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I was certainly very excited to have USAT as part of a big part of this this organization in this race. Heather, I'll actually just turn to you if I may and sort of follow up on that. obviously having $1 million prize purse is a big deal, but what does it mean to have all of these organizations pulling together, especially right now with everything that we're going through?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me today. I mean, it's an honor to be a part of this, and when I got word of this announcement, it's indescribable. Obviously, as professionals, we make our money racing, and this year we haven't been able to do that. So for these three organizations to come together, put up $1 million prize purse, it's unprecedented, and it's huge for us as professionals, but also, I mean, speaking personally as an American and just here in the U.S., the fact that it's going to be here in the U.S. at Daytona is huge. I've heard absolutely amazing things about this race. My parents have actually raced it a couple times and raved about it. So I'm just really excited to be able to get there myself this year. It gives us a great point to look to, a positive thing in this year right now. And for me, that's huge. And just, that the PTO challenge, USAT, everyone coming together and making this possible for us. I'm so excited, and it's like this bright spot on our calendar this year. So I'm just really excited.
Yeah, actually, the last couple of years, I've seen your parents at the event, and I keep saying, hey, where's Heather? How come you guys keep coming and she hasn't made it here? So yes, very excited that we'll hopefully have all of the Jackson clan, or at least the triathlete part of the Jackson clan out there this year.
Everyone will be there for sure.
That's great. Heather, Meredith, I'll turn to you if I may. And you've raced this event a few times. Maybe you could tell us and tell Heather a little bit about Challenge Daytona and what makes it so special for you.
Sure. And I also have been loving the Jackson clan there. So I'm so happy we'll have everyone there this year. But okay, so if I were to really describe and summarize up the experience and the course at Challenge Daytona into one word, it would be riveting. It's eclectic and it's exciting, and it sort of exudes all this vibrancy and vitality that certainly warrants a championship race of this magnitude. So I know over the weekend in general, it's a jam-packed weekend. It's full of all these enriching memories and insane competition that we'll see, but also camaraderie. But what I love most about it is the genuine care that it provides. And one of the best attributes, I guess, for that genuine care is attributed to the first-class experience that Challenge Daytona has, and its willingness to really put the athletes first, right? So they're very responsive to athlete input and feedback, and making things happen based on that year after year. So one other thing that's like of most importance is that in that like genuine care regard is that you're surrounded by this team that puts the safety of the competitors first. And as you guys all know, this past February, we got to see that excellence of NASCAR and Daytona Beach's medical safety and their performance with Ryan Newman's heart-wrenching crash on the last lap. And it's quite paramount that Halifax Health Hospital is across the street from the Speedway. So that makes a huge difference as well for safety. And that same level basically that Daytona has for the Cup, it's parlayed extremely into the Challenge Daytona event. So that's a huge and exciting thing. And I think also working with the local YMCA and the lifeguards that you're getting out on the water. And certainly once you're out then in the Daytona 500, in the Daytona Speedway, biking and running, your medical help can be there within seconds. So that same level is taken in this event. And so I just think that those are some of many reasons that this event is going to continue to be riveting and exciting and memorable for us all.
That's awesome. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Meredith.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of exciting, it doesn't get much more exciting than last year's race, although one might argue there's been a couple of Challenge Championship events between where we saw racing between Lionel Sanders and Sebastian Kienle that were nutty exciting. Lionel, last year, that race was just amazing for you. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with Challenge Daytona and what you feel makes this event so special?
Yeah, Kevin, that was probably I would say that was the best battle of my career in terms of head-to-head competition. I was Pablo DePina and we came off the bike together, and I've never been under such pressure. I threw in the towel probably 5 times over the course of the run, and he just kept sprinting and surging on me. And those are like the ones you never forget, because when you've like thrown in the towel and then you come back from the dead, I mean, those are really the best experiences ever. So I can't imagine doing this race with the top 50 guys in the world. How exciting it was last year. I mean, this is going to be truly one of the best races to ever occur. And so I can't think of a better place to do it as well, with so many great races that have occurred over the years and so much speed and just a history of great events and performances. I'm just super excited to be able to have the opportunity to take part and hopefully get there firing on all cylinders. I got nothing else to focus on right now, so my entire focus now is on getting there, firing on all cylinders, and hopefully have another great battle this year.
Thanks so much, Lionel. Andrew, I'll turn to you if I may, and ask you about what gets you pumped up. Not that you ever need a whole lot of things to get you pumped up for races, but it seems to me Daytona brings something special for you.
I mean, growing up a true motorhead and a fan of NASCAR, IndyCar, just as you roll underneath the Rolex 24 arch and the stands cast shadows on the track, I mean, I just salivate. And you roll down pit road and the place, I mean, it's called the World Center of Racing for a reason. I mean, this track is so fast. Indy cars and Formula One cannot race here because the G-forces they would pull in the turns, it's unbearable. So why not put the pedal to the metal and have the greatest triathlon in the history of the sport at Daytona International Speedway? I mean, as you're well aware, and the history has told us, the person leading on the last lap often doesn't win the race here. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to being there in December for a classic wreckers or checkers performance, and I guarantee fireworks.
I love wreckers or checkers, as only Andrew Starkowitz could say. And certainly looking forward to a great one now. Now, Sebastian, we have not had the opportunity to see you racing at Challenge Daytona the last couple of years, but we're obviously more than a little excited to get you over to check things out. Can you tell us a little bit about your thoughts about this race and and the PTO stepping up to put on this big showcase?
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, first of all, I mean, especially during these times, it's just amazing. You press refresh on your race calendar at the start of every week, and boom, there are 10 races less, and half of them probably rescheduled, but without a pro purse. So it's amazing that the PTO and Challenge stepped up and organized a race where, not just we pros can dream about and focus on, because that's what it's all about. You need something to dream about, and to, even if it's in December, I mean, just on like 2 days ago when I got invited to this press conference, of course, I watched Lionel's video from last year's Daytona, and I mean, it got me so pumped up. And yeah, just like Lionel said, it's right now you just need a goal. It doesn't matter how far away it is, and so therefore that's amazing. And of course, it's all relative in these days, but racing might not be the focus right now, but it can be again, and sport definitely is. I think it's never a better time to show the world how important it is to be fit, to be healthy, to be in shape, and we would love to get the message out there, and that's just a great stage to do so. And obviously, I think Daytona looks like the perfect place, even because it's difficult to say what's the status in December with all the mess that's going on, but it also gives the organization a couple of opportunities to probably come up with a plan B if plan A doesn't work.
Yeah, thanks so much for suggesting that, Sebastian. Yeah, and I was speaking with the race organization yesterday, and obviously we'll have to have a bunch of different scenarios available, for different race opportunities. But things change seemingly hourly. I can't even say daily. So obviously we'll have to be drumming up those as we get closer. But I'm crossing my fingers that we'll see yet another head-to-head battle between you and Lionel and Tim and Andrew and all of you guys hammering things out right next to each other, and we don't have to do time trials and all that stuff. But yes, thank you for bringing that and pointing that one out. Tim, if I may, I'll turn to you. You kind of wear a couple of different hats on this front. Co-president of the Professional Triathletes Organization and an athlete. What does all this mean for you that the PTO is here, with a big announcement and a big prize purse for this race?
Yeah, well, I've been in this since the beginning. 2014, a bunch of athletes got together and wanted to try to do something collectively to help the professionals and to grow the sport. And it's insane that now, 6 years later, we're here at talking about a race in the iconic Daytona and $1 million prize purse for the athletes. So just to be where we're at now, it's so special. And before we talk about that prize purse again, which is amazing, it's so great to see this collaboration take place. You have these these pillars of our sport with USA Triathlon and the Challenge family joining forces with the professionals to really show how professional racing can help grow the sport. And I think for the young athletes, it's a great validation for them that moving forward, professionals can be and will be a big part of making this sport bigger and reach a bigger audience. And that prize purse, we've been talking about $1 million. It's going to be awesome. Some people are going to walk away with some coin in their pocket, but really the commitment is really what that $1 million represents. It's a commitment that the PTO really believes that the professionals are critical for the growth and stabilization of our sport. So for all those young athletes out there, that should really make them feel good, and let them know that, hey, keep training hard because professional racing is only going to get bigger and better.
Yes, and yeah, the PTO, the checkbook has been out a fair amount over the last little bit. Tim, you guys announced, I think last month that you were handing out the bonuses early. Can you tell us a little bit about how that worked for the athletes as well?
It's obviously a hard time for everybody in the sport. We're all feeling it, and the PTO was in a really unique position to support their athletes, and it just made sense to try to really be there when it counts the most, and that's right now, and try to help these athletes kind of weather this tough spot. And in return, we launched the PTO Hub, and we're fully aware that professionals are simply one part of this unbelievable triathlon community. So we want to do everything we can to really grow that bond between the age groupers, event promoters, and all facets of the sport, and show that we're in this together.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much. Bill Christie, if I may turn to you, just talking about the pro triathletes, how many athletes or pros are you anticipating here?
I think the number targeted is about 100. So we've actually got a schedule to put the women in the water first at about 10:30 in the morning. That will let them clear and compete hard on the surface for the bike component, and put the men in the water shortly thereafter to make sure that it's free and clear for them to go at it head to head. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be furious, but between the road course where the sports cars race and the oval itself, and then we're going to move the start finish line into the fan zone so the fans can reach out and touch the entire component of that race. We expect it's going to be a pretty good showing on the pro side, and we're excited about it. We've got a lot of younger folks that are coming. To Tim's comment a minute ago, we're really trying to focus on doing things that are going to engage the age groupers with the pros. And you know about the Pro-Am. It was so successful last year. We raised a bunch of money for the NASCAR Children's Foundation, where pros and actually age groupers actually race together. But with all of that in mind, it's still back to Tim's point, which is how do we engage? How do we let people know what the pros are doing, how they're doing it, why they're doing it, that there's a future in this race. And the ways we do that are taking a bunch of the things that NASCAR teaches us about autograph sessions and engagement opportunities, why you set up your transitions the way you do, Starkey's suggestion from a year ago. And if we continue to do those things, this sport will thrive. And I think we're all on the same page, but 100 is the number. I'm looking forward to seeing the battle.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Bill. Jort, as the CEO of Challenge Family, can you maybe give us, we always emphasize the family part of Challenge Family. Can you talk a little bit about the athletes who are going to be invited and able to participate in the event, and how that whole family atmosphere will work at Challenge Daytona?
Yes, for sure. We are speaking now specifically about the pro race, which will be exciting. But of course, it's in our name, Challenge Family, that we have a lot more to offer than a pro race only. We are offering a full festival event, a whole weekend where you even can park your RV vehicle on the infields of the Daytona International Speedway and take part in any event you would like. We have a sprint triathlon. We have the middle distance triathlon for age groupers. We have aquathlon. We have the duathlons. We have 5K and 10K running or walk. We have the children's races with the junior challenge. We have multiple relay formats. So everyone can take part in this event, and that's where we stand for with the Challenge Family. Oh, we lost your voice, Kevin.
There we go. Sorry about that. Thanks, Jort. I muted myself and forgot to unmute it. Yeah, thanks, Jort. And yeah, why is the family component so important for Challenge?
Well, the family component, it is about the lifestyle. It is not only about putting a goal for yourself, but also to experience that with the people who are surrounding you, your family. It's a joint achievement to do a triathlon on a full distance or middle distance level. And it's a complete lifestyle. So everyone should take part, and that is where we thought we should invite more people into our events. So we are always offering the festival concept. And as Sebastian already expressed, that you need something to dream of that is for professionals as much as for age groupers. So with this whole setup with PTO and USAT supporting this, we have the real icons of the sport racing at a spectacular venue, but everyone can be inspired to set their own goals and go for their own dreams coming true at the Daytona International Speedway with the whole festival concept.
Looking forward to, yeah, as you say, a fantastic weekend. Zibby, I always am sort of saying that family stuff, it starts from the top, and you've always been a big proponent of it all. But the other thing here is that we've got 3 organizations working together. Can you talk a little bit about how that all came together? Because you're very much a part of 2 of those, the Challenge Family and the PTO. And we've also got USAT involved.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. And it's a great pleasure to be part of this amazing group of people. And it feels already strong and great, especially those days, to see unity among all of us. And I think unity is stronger than anyone else in the world. And I think bring USAT, the US Triathlon Association, Daytona International Speedway, Challenge Family, Challenge North America, and most of all those amazing athletes together under one umbrella. This is like creating a beautiful piece of art. And I don't know what's your screen in front of you looks like, by my looks like a lot of wonderful pieces gathering together. And this is what unity is all about. And to us, it was absolutely critical in those days where professionals are struggling, media are struggling, industry are struggling, events organizers are struggling across the globe, that we are showcased. Stronger together means we are bringing something to this world for the professionals they can dream of, they can aim at, for age groupers, something they can train for. And I think this is expression of the unity we brought together with the organizations. And I just want to say huge thank you to those people who are not part of this call, but did unbelievable job in the background, like Charles Adomo, the president of the PTO. As you may know, I have been part of this journey for the last 6 years, where TO was talking about it was rough, it was windy, it was choppy. But yeah, I think we achieved something, and to bring something together, unity is absolutely critical.
Thanks so much, Zibi. Yes, Charles, it is almost impossible to get him to step into any sort of spotlight with any of this stuff. I did a story on the PTO a little while back, and before he would talk to me, he made me agree to not publish a photo of him. So we're used to him taking a step back, but whether he likes it or not, he's a huge part of this. And the other person, there's another person who refuses to ever step into any limelight. And Bill Christie, you'll smile at this one. Jillian, the race director for Challenge Daytona, I asked her to come on this call, and she basically told me to drop dead as well. So there's a lot of work, or a lot of folks behind the scenes who are making all of this happen. Sam Renouf, I wanted to ask you, everyone, we've been talking a lot about family and everyone getting together, but hey, there's $1 million on the line here. That's pretty darn exciting. Can you talk a little bit about that prize purse and just how that's going to be distributed?
So yeah, it's $1 million. It's exciting, but it also reflects the commitment and the deservedness of the athletes, as Tio said before. Like, this reflects the level of athleticism that we're going to see at Daytona. So for the PTO, it was very important to have a prize purse that befits the greatest athletes on the planet. And this is a chance to see the greatest athletes at the world center of racing. More specifically, obviously, being a sport that is grown up, gender equal, prize purses will be equal, male and female. And as is the PTO mandate, we'll be paying 20 deep. So we'll get a nice distribution of prize funds to some of these greatest athletes there in Daytona.
Very exciting. Now, I'm not sure if this one I should direct to Bill or Sam, or maybe both of you can comment on this. Will we be able to watch this race live? I know that I'm going to be making lots of noise from that booth where you're sitting in, Bill, but what is the plan for letting the rest of the world see this great event?
So interestingly enough, Lionel, I know I'm looking right at you. And I know that Lionel's number one was, hey, Bill, can we get the family close and can we turn on the Jumbotron? So we're going to have multiple Jumbotrons. It will be live streamed. The NASCAR production folks are doing a great job for us right now, working through TV components as well as OTT platforms. So the good news is you're going to see battles on the backstretch on the Jumbotron. You'll see competitors ranked on the pole as if they were NASCAR drivers on change laps. And yeah, you're going to get it all. So we're excited about what this is going to be. And we're extremely excited and appreciative that NASCAR Productions is going to put their thumb on it and give us the banners and the communication with the triathletes that only they can do.
Sam, is there anything else that we need to be aware of in terms of that live coverage? I would just to echo on Bill's comment there, we're hugely excited at the PTO to be able to benefit from decades of experience in NASCAR productions, in television production. I mean, this is truly a race that is made for TV, and part of the PTO's goal is to showcase these greatest athletes. You do that through great TV production. So we're very excited to work with NASCAR and DIS on that. All right, well, we now I just wanted to quickly introduce a quick video that we're that we have put together, the athletes from around the world who are part of the PTO. We're not the only ones excited about this upcoming race, and so have a look at this this video that they've put together. Well, very exciting, and we are almost ready to wrap up our press conference here. But before I let all of you guys go, I'm hoping that you'll be okay to just take a few seconds to quickly. I'm going to run through everybody based on the way my screen looks. So Zibby, you're going to be up first, and I just would like you to just comment on what you feel is so important and exciting about today's announcement from us here about this $1 million event that will be taking place at Challenge Daytona.
I truly believe Challenge Daytona 2020, the PTO World Championship, will be the most important professional race in year 2020.
Thanks so much, Zibby. Meredith, I'm going to throw you up next.
Yeah, I think we need to be excited about the race format because it's so new and it's fresh and exciting. It's 2K swim, 78K bike, 20K run. And I think we need to throw all our gratitude and appreciation into the partnership of PTO and USAT and Challenge Daytona, because that distance and this event is really going to thrive.
Thanks so much, Meredith. Bill and Ben, if I could get your thoughts on this.
Ben?
I'm excited, first off for the opportunity to be here and such a special announcement that you guys have put together. I know there's been a ton of hard work to get to this day. So first off, congratulations. And honestly, I'm just excited to come down to Daytona and be a spectator for the race. I know it was a great event last year and looking forward to watching it this year.
I sort of look at it from a little bit of a different perspective, and that is, whatever I have to do to watch the top 3 women suffering on the finish line together and the top 5 men on the ground suffering because they left it all out on the course, that was probably the most memorable thing. And to be able to have that amplitude magnified with who's coming this year, thanks to PTO, thanks USAT, we're so appreciative. Thank you guys all.
Chuck, I'll turn to you if I could maybe get your thoughts on all of this, because obviously this is a huge deal, not only for triathlon, but for USA Triathlon. Sorry, Chuck, you're still on mute.
Sorry, Kevin. Kevin, it's great to see all these different factions within the multi-sport community come together to support an event like this and to put it on. It really makes it unique. Another thing that I also want to touch on is just the overall importance of making this event safe. When we come back to the sport, we don't know exactly what that new normal is going to look like. I think Sebastian touched on this a little bit. So it's going to be really important for us to work with the event organizers and to work with everyone involved to ensure that everyone has a high level of confidence when they're attending the race, whether participating in the race as a pro or an amateur, that they can be in a safe environment. So we're going to look forward to working with everybody to make that happen.
Thanks so much, Chuck. Sebastian, yeah, you're always in a good mood, especially when we're talking about racing. You must be excited about all this.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not always in a good mood, and but honestly, this definitely gives me a good mood. It's great to see that so many people, believe in the future of our sport and in the future of racing, and that makes the drive through this dark tunnel a little bit easier to see that light at the end of it, and so therefore it's a lot of motivation for the next weeks to come.
Just what all the athletes need, a motivated Sebastian Kienle. Sam Renouf, how exciting is this for you? Like, coming on board to head up the PTO last fall, and there's been just a bunch of hurdles, but you keep getting through them. It must be pretty exciting to at least be announcing this.
Well, and this is our inaugural event. So to have the inaugural PTO World Championships at Daytona, the World Center of Racing, but also just showcasing truly the sport coming together in difficult times, whether it's Challenge family, Challenge North America, USA Triathlon, DIS, and now the PTO. It's hugely excited to have this spectacle racing at Daytona.
Thanks so much, Sam. Jort, I can still remember you inviting me down to host the initial press conference for this event. You said, we're going to be doing something special at Daytona. This must feel pretty good right now.
Yeah, it's great how it all turned out when we started this journey a few years ago on this spectacular venue of Daytona International Speedway. And it's great to see how the local team of Challenge North America really did a great job on putting up a world-class event. So this is like the crown on the work that has been done, but also this is showcasing with all of the people in this room and not in this room, where it's all about. It's about athletes first. It's all about the athlete, and also doing it together, even this, especially in this hard time. And together we create the sport, and together we will have a great future of racing here.
Thanks so much, Jort. Heather Jackson, I'm assuming that there's a little bit more excitement than just getting together with your family in Daytona about this event.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, echoing everyone else, I want to thank everyone working behind the scenes to make this possible. For me, yeah, like you just said, I've heard so many good things about this race. It's been on my bucket list forever. I'm just so excited that this year it's happening, and that, you know, we have obviously a massive prize purse for the professionals, but more just everyone coming together. And as Sebi said, just that light at the end of the tunnel, kind of something to focus on right now. And I think it just, uplifts everyone in the current time. And just, again, a huge thank you to everyone for coming together behind the scenes to make this a possibility.
Thanks so much, Heather. Lionel, can you tell us a little bit about, your thoughts with all of this?
I'm super excited. It gives me a project. I know my project now. So last year, it was like probably some of the fastest I've ever seen guys swim. I saw guys like who were in true 16-minute 1500 shape. And so, I mean, I got my ass handed to me in the water. So I got a nice project to work on there. It's a dead flat bike. You're going to have no opportunity to recover whatsoever. So you got to be a phenomenal time trial specialist. I got a project there. And then it's going to be guys running, I'm going to say, probably 5-minute flat miles for the entire run. So there's another project there. So now I got something, it fixes my whole season. Now I got something to focus on. So that's what I'm excited about.
I see Sebastian writing down notes right there, right? So, man, you just
it is a very unique course. A very unique course. It requires a very specific, I think, skill set to excel on this course for sure. That's the biggest take home, I would say, from last year.
Tim O'Donnell, are you more excited as an athlete or as a co-president of the PTO about today's announcement?
Oh, that's a hard call. I heard Bill told me there's going to be a beer and a wine garden, so that's going to get me excited. No, but I mean, part of the PTO's vision is to have several high quality, high profile marquee events, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this first one because it's it's all going to grow from here, and beyond that, I'm just ready to celebrate with everybody. It's a tough year, but doesn't mean we can't end it in style and just really come together, have a great time.
I love it. And Andrew Starkowitz, it seems all too appropriate to give you the last word here. Somebody who loves Daytona International Speedway as much as you do.
Yeah, I mean, we're all suffering this year. I mean, there's a lot of people suffering. I mean, my thoughts especially go out, to the USAT family and Barry Siff. I know they just lost his son. But I mean, we're all suffering. I mean, we rely on racing for a living, and I mean, to have a light at the end of the tunnel, like a few people have alluded to, and to have opportunity out there, as professionals, with no races on the calendar, it's very hard for us to make a living. And there's a lot of people that have the same issue in life, and to have this on the calendar and light at the end of the tunnel, I mean, it's a huge thanks to DIS. It has a 100% controlled area that hell or high water, we're going to be able to get this race in, and for the professionals, and to the PTO, USAT, and everybody come together to say, hey, at the end of the year, no matter what happens between now and then, we are going to do this.
That is awesome. Hey, thank you so much, Andrew, and thank you to all of you for being part of this press conference here today. As Jort alluded, it sort of feels like we're in the same room, even though we're all over the world right now. It's just been great for me to be able to interact with all of you and feel like we're at least looking forward to some normalcy in the future. Thank you so much to Challenge North America, USA Triathlon, and the Professional Triathletes Organization for this amazing announcement here today. And I look forward to us being able to do all of this in a room together in December as we get ready and host a press conference to gear up for this big race. Thank you all.
Hi, my name is Emma Pallant.
My name is Maurice Lavelle.
Hi, my name is Heather Jackson.
My name is Peter Hemmerich.
I'm Rotka Carter.
Marinda Calf right here.
My name's Braden Curry.
It's Annie here.
My name's Cameron Worth.
Hi, my name is Tim O'Donnell.
My name is Daniela Blymel.
Hi, my name is Rudy Vallenberg.
My name is Laura Phillip.
I'm Pablo Penalzada.
Amelia Rose Watkinson.
My name's Sam Appleton.
Hi, my name's Sarah Crowley.
My name is Tim Reed.
Imogen Simmons.
This is Holly Lawrence.
My name is Meredith Kessler.
My name is Carrie Lester.
My name is Chelsea Storaro.
My name is Bart Bernards.
I'm Ellie Solhouse.
My name is Teresa Adam.
And I will see you at the PTO Championships at CHALLENGEDAYTONA.